Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I've kind of reoriented myself in my room. So now there's the window behind me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll see. This past week I've been doing some paper crafting, so I haven't got as much stitching done as I would like to say I'd gotten done, but I have gotten other things done, which makes me kind of happy. As you know, I do many different kinds of crafts. I just finished those journals that I did for a swap, and that kind of got me back in the mood to do paper crafting, which is good because I have a ton of paper crafting things. I also have a ton of clay making things, polymer clay. This is one of the dragon's eyes that I made that I have a tutorial on my other channel, and this one I made into a ring. And yeah, I have fun doing these things. And then I have this pendant, which I also made out of clay, and it uses a couple of different clay techniques for the surface. It's kind of a mokugane, and I go into that on my other channel too a little bit. I'm not even sure if I did do that on my channel, because some things I get busy doing and forget to record, and these things are kind of old because I've been doing these things a long time. Anyway, enough of that, because I know you're not here for that. My other channel, by the way, is just Kelly Bell. This channel is Kelly Bell Stitches, where my Floss Tube is, but my general crafting is on just Kelly Bell, which, by the way, is my name. I'm always asked if that's my name. People say it has a nice ring to it. Okay. I have touched quite a few things. Well, in my mind, it's quite a few for everything else that I've been working on. So I think that we'll start in with my whips. And I think one thing I will say is how I don't track how much I do in my stitching every day by counting stitches. I do use a different colored pencil every day as I mark off the X's that I have done. So, and I put on my calendar a blotch of that color. So if I want to go back for the week and see how many stitches I've done, I could theoretically, because I've never bothered to do it, I could go back and look at how much of each color is on each chart, and then I would know. So anyway, that's just how I do it, and somebody else may find that useful. So anyway, so this past week I worked on my two sals that I'm working on. The first one I'm going to show you is my Birthstone Dragon sal. I don't have a copy of the cover picture for Amethyst, which is February's birthstone, here with me, and I haven't finished it. I did make quite a bit of progress on her though, and that is Amethyst. The only change I've made to her so far is I did put her eyes in, and I used the color that Bethany charted, but then I put a strand of gold, or citron maybe, citron Krennic in with the orange, and I don't know if it picks it up on camera because there's no back stitching yet, but the eyes are going to pop pretty good with just that little bit. So that was my Birthstone Dragon sal. And then the other sal that I'm working on, which I haven't done much on at all, I worked on it a little bit, very little bit, like a quarter of an hour for 2 days, and that is the Under the Sea sal and Bruce. I have to say it. Fish are friends, not food. Bruce. And Bruce is still not done, and none of his little fishy friends are done, but I'm enjoying it. I think I have a mistake and I have to go, I don't know if I'm going back to frog it or if I'm going to see if I can fudge it a little. So those are those two cells that I've been working on. And then oh, I know I didn't say this is February 21st. It's Tuesday, just in case anybody wonders when I'm recording. And it's early afternoon still. It's almost 1 o'clock. And I'm doing pretty good. I showed my wine in my last video. I don't drink much at all. That was kind of my leftover from dinner that I had decided to eat. But I thought I'd show you my glass of water because I have this little glass like cover and I bought one for each of my granddaughters at Disney, and it kind of sections right down to your glass so nothing can get into it. And I love this little owl. And I figure since my granddaughters don't use them, I might as well use them. Oh, and the paper crafting. This is one of the things that I've been working on, and there's glare on the metallic paper, but these are stamps and dies from Heartfelt Creation. I think this is David Tutoro paper, and then this background paper is from another paper set. But there's my little fish and a porthole window. And what he's on, I made these for a photo album. And you make tags to go inside. And it's a piece of black cardstock, and then there's black cardstock here that I use to seal the outside. And then it's actually open like that. So when you do it, you make a ribbed spine, and this would sit down onto a folded piece, and then it becomes a flip in a journal type thing, and you can put pictures down inside. So there's a little, let me get my finger in there. That's extra, the yellow cat. He was coming up to see what I was doing. You open it up. Now that it's got the paper on it, it's stiffer. But you make a tag, and see there's a thumb grip right there. So you make a tag, and then you can put it on your photo, put your photo on the tag, and then they'll slide in and out. But I thought that was cute. And it might be nice for like some beach pictures or something. So that's the paper I've been working on. Just a little bit of a rabbit trail, Terry. And let me show. I went through I'm still working on whips. See, let me get off track. The next one that I'm going to show, I'll show you this because there's no way this means anything. But this is what I mean by different colors for different days. And this is my it's actually Wizard by Ciro Marchetti. And it's a Heaven and Earth design, and it's the one I'm doing for the Heaven and Earth challenge number 4. And it was new. I started him for this challenge, so it was a clean piece of fabric and a new stitch. And I'll show you how far I've gotten with this. It doesn't... Actually, I'm really happy with how it's progressing. As soon as I figure out what all this stuff is hanging out. But this is 2 over 1/10 stitch. And you can kind of see the books are filling in a little. And this is the bird tail feathers coming up in the edge. And this is a mini HAED. So and I think page 1, the end of page 1 is here. And I have to do part of another page in order to fulfill the challenge. But I have until April 7th, so I don't foresee any problems with meeting that challenge. And I do enjoy that. This is a fun stitch. And so I'm gonna have to lean over this way. Excuse me. And then I'm not sure if it was Elaine asked me about my garden shed and if I was going to work on that. So of course I had to get the garden shed out, and I'm glad I did because I love this one. And there's a lot of glare, so I'm sorry. It's a garden shed with a bunch of cats in pots, and where I am is right up here. You see this blue pot in the corner? This is a 60 page chart, I think. It's not all full pages, but it's huge. And this is called Garden Shed. Let me see if I can see who it's by. Artworks by Irina Garmashova. And it's a large format chart. And I call it Garden Party because these cats are having a party. But this I'm working in a hoop actually because it's so big, and it's on Magic Guide, and that is that one little corner, and it's that pot up in the corner, and I'm having fun with it. I think I made a mistake on this one too, and it's going to be another, do I fix it or do I fudge it? Probably fudge it. And then, so those are all the whips that I worked on. 2 of my HAEDs and I want to say Garden Party, Garden Shed. And that was a lot of fun. But then Stitch Mania has a new start on the 17th every month. So I thought this month I would do a new start. And my oldest granddaughter turned 16 this month, and her name is Jacqueline, and she likes the color blue. So I decided, let's see if I can find it. I bought this alphabet from the French Needle, and that's just the cover that was on it. Glare, yeah, light's right in front of me. But this is ABC Toile de Joie, and it's the rouge. Now it does come in a blue also, but I couldn't see spending the money on 2 of the same thing. So all I did was, since Jacqueline likes blue, I converted the color red to blue. And that's how far I got. And it's actually stitching up pretty quick, because that's what it looks like. And it's a girl sitting on the letter J. And that's the letter J right there. So it's got a bow and it has flowers, and they are really pretty. So, and I was really having a good time working on this one. Blue isn't my favorite color. Green's my favorite color, but I've decided I like blues too. Probably because I'm a water sign. And I've always liked being around bodies of water. So that's my J in blue. And so with everything, I've been having a lot of fun. Go figure. And let's see. I'm looking at my notes because I tried to do notes this time, so I didn't get too far off, although it only helped a little bit. I did have some stash update. I got in that 1, 2, 3 stitch order that I was talking about, the Rainbow Gallery Splendor. And these are 12 ply silks, and each bobbin is 8 yards long. And these are mostly skin tones. And I got them, I think, to put in that Michael by Lavender and Lace. But just beautiful. And I can't wait to work with these. But 12 ply. It's a lot of floss, a lot of silk. And then I only have one more, and everybody will probably laugh because I showed this huge Fox Charlie, this huge Disney last week that I got from Love My Stitch. I haven't started it. I may start that this month. I'm not sure. But I was looking. I think I saw an email or some ad. You know how they figure out what you like, and now they're putting ads that meet your shopping joy. And I saw this, and I like the new Marvel stuff and that they have on television. I'm trying to get the picture out. So I had to get this, and I'm going to stitch this for Calvin. But isn't that cool? The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America's over here, Thor. I mean, they're all accounted for. And I just thought that was too good to be passed up. And it's not too bad. This one's not as big. So I think I can have it done by Christmas. We'll see. If I plan on having it done by Christmas, I better do it pretty soon. But there's a lot of red, which isn't bad at all. And I don't know. I didn't really look to see how many colors were in this chart. So I think you'll be seeing this one a lot if I want it done by Christmas. So I have lots of ambition. And then I really only have one other thing that I've done in the past week that I've really enjoyed. Well, I've done lots of things the past week that I've enjoyed, but this was, and I put a picture up on Instagram of my ice dyeing with a twist. And we had some good snow, and I have to admit, it's been really warm here these last 3 days. I think it's up in the upper 40s now. And the last couple of days it's hit 60, which is really warm for New York in February. So most of that good snow is melted, and we have a lot of mud now. So, but I made some good use of the snow, and I took some Rit dye out, and I did some ice dyeing in the snow. And I was funny because, you know, you could bring the snow in the house and put it on the fabric and do it the same way you do ice, but I took the fabric outside and laid it in the snow and then sprinkled dye on top and let it sit there for a little while. And then I brought it in the house, let it melt a little bit, let the snow that was on it melt a little bit, and then I rinsed it. This one I'm going to do some more too. I've got a bunch of other colors. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I may just wind up tea dyeing over it or coffee dyeing and baking it a little bit. Not sure. Now this one's really bright. It looks like a sunset. It looks like an amazing sunset to me with all the pinks and the yellows. And you can see I didn't stitch the edges. I just used my pinking shears to cut a big piece down. But I'm actually thinking about stitching the names of Jesus on this in maybe purple or blue. I haven't quite decided, but I thought that might look pretty interesting on that blazing color. And the last two, this is just a small piece of Ada. And I think that these, the sunset and this one are 18 count, and this one is like an ivory 14 count. But this is just a small piece, and it's mostly pink. It has a little yellow in it. And I'm thinking about doing some more to this too. As you can tell, they haven't been pressed, and I don't intend to iron them until I'm done with them. So I'm not sure what else I'm going to do with that. I'll find something. And then this piece is a piece of opalescent 18 count Ada. And it's pinks and blues. It has a couple spots of yellow on it, but not very big spots. And I'm not sure if this is going to stay this way or if I'm going to put some other color on this too. I like color, and I really like to do my own thing. So let's see where that takes me. I've been watching some Floss Tube, probably not as much as I was, although I've been doing my share. And I've also been listening to audiobooks still, and I think the one I'm listening to right now is called The Awakening, and I can't tell you who wrote it. I'll have to put it in the description box below. And I'm enjoying it. It's kind of it's science fiction. I do like science fiction, so science fiction fantasy type thing. So I'm having a good time listening to the book and stitching or working on my other stuff. And I came across an app because I have a Kindle Fire, and there's the Amazon Underground, and it's called Overdrive, and it actually has all the public libraries, and a lot of the books are audio books, and they're read like the books on Audible, but they're library books, so you can borrow them for free through the library system. Now, my library card expired many years ago, so now I've got to go get a library card because you have to put a library number into the app in order to actually be able to borrow the books. But I could listen to samples, and they are the same quality as Audible, but they're free. So check and see if you can find Overdrive, because that might be the way to go, and you can search for any library. And it's amazing the books that you can get. I mean, I'm seeing the same books that you'd have to buy on Audible to listen to. So check it out. That's Overdrive. And it's through the Amazon Underground, but I'm imagining you could find it in Google Play or maybe the Apple Store. So anyway, that was my fantastic find of the week. Now I just have to go find a library card. Oh well. Yes, Cambridge is small. It only has one traffic light, but it does have a public library, which is good. All places should have public libraries. So that's it for me this week. I do want to say I appreciate you coming back to watch my videos. I appreciate your comments. I love reading your comments. I love the community. I love the stitching community. I love the crafting community. You're amazing, amazing people. And I'm very happy to be part of the community. So I appreciate it when you subscribe to me. I love seeing that you enjoy my videos. And so for this coming week, have a very colorful week and have a happy stitching. Thanks for joining me. God bless. Bye.